Moto dork.
Since I got my bike back from the repair shop, something down here is making a jingling sound. And I don't like that. If I had to guess, I'd say it's some kind of a bracket. You know, some kind of thin metal bracket that's not tightened down. If I had to guess. So now I guess I'm going to have to, I don't know, pull the tank off and look. I can do that. But right now I got a full tank. And I don't want to worry about siphoning out the gas. So I guess I'll just wait until I run myself down into my reserve and then pull the tank off and take a look myself and see if I can figure out what's making that noise, because it concerns me. I don't like rattling, jingling metal sounds. But I do know it wasn't making that noise before I dropped it off. I know that for a fact. So I'm hoping it's something non-critical and simple. Plus, while they were working on my bike, they told me they discovered a hairline crack in the underside of my gas tank. I don't know where that came from or why it's there. They said it wasn't leaking gas, but it did appear to be very slowly seeping gas. So, as a temporary repair, they covered it with JB weld. And everyone I'm talking to on the Concours Owners Group forum has said, well, JB weld won't last at all against gasoline. So that's nice to hear that they repaired it with something that doesn't work with gasoline. So looks like in the future I'm probably also going to be getting myself a new gas tank, because I also noticed a scratch right here that also wasn't there when I dropped it off. I noticed the scratch, and it's a good size scratch. I noticed it when I was washing the bike Saturday. So, you know, I could put some gasoline putty. There is special putty they make for sealing up a hole or a crack in a gas tank. But do I really want to be riding around with a sealed up hole in my gas tank? No. No, I don't. I don't want to be doing that. And I think I can get a brand new gas tank for this thing, fully painted with the decals on it, for around $350. You know, OEM from Kawasaki. So, you know, I guess I'll do that sometime in the future, the near future. Yeah. And just move the petcock and the fuel level gauge and all that stuff from the old tank to the new tank because it's all working properly. Well, maybe I'll buy a new petcock. Those things can fail sometimes, and you don't want to. When a petcock fails, you don't want to just dump a bunch of fuel into your carburetors like that. So maybe as long as I'm replacing the tank, I'll replace the petcock as well. I just like saying petcock. Petcock. Have you seen my petcock? Resides right here, right under the gas tank. My petcock. Right under the petrol tank. How am I doing, Paul? That was a police car, I believe. Maybe it wasn't. Granted, I'm just cruising along with everyone else, but I'm cruising at ample speed. And really, they're kind of leaving me behind. Yeah. Anyway, so gotta try to figure out what that jingling sound is. Yeah. You know, it's just part of owning a bike. I mean, you want to strive to keep it in top running condition, and I do. I strive to do that, and I think in general I succeed in that. You know, I keep it very clean. I don't ride it in the rain if I can avoid it. I keep it garaged. This bike has been garaged its entire life, and you can tell it's in exceptionally good condition for a 16-year-old bike. But as is with all things mechanical, eventually something's going to go wrong. Something. And you know, I've heard some bike owners, you know, talk about how, well, I don't really have the money to do this or do that. And I'm thinking, man, if you don't have the money to maintain your bike, you shouldn't have one. I mean, and me, I'm not rich. I've just barely got the money to maintain it, but I do have it, so I do keep it maintained. It's necessary to keep it running in good condition. I mean, we're talking about something that operates on two wheels, something that the rider is exposed on. I can see stretching out maintenance intervals on a car or a truck, but you just can't afford to do that on a motorcycle. Safety is of a higher priority on a motorcycle, and that works with safety gear as well. I mean, I've heard bikers also say, well, you know, I'd love to have leather, I'd love to have an armored jacket, but I don't have the money. And again, if you don't have the money to buy the necessary gear to protect yourself as best as possible when you ride, Again, you shouldn't be riding. You shouldn't own a motorcycle. These things are required. And then Harley riders, God bless them, you know, I love Harleys. I think Harleys are beautiful bikes. Some of them are gorgeous. But most Harley riders, and some of them have even said to me, it's just a different culture. Well, so your culture is anti-safety? That's your culture? Why would you want to live in a culture that preaches anti-safety? I really wish someone would explain that to me. Do you think you won't look cool wearing a helmet and leather? Believe me, cool has nothing to do with it. You know, I wear this helmet and this leather, these gloves, these boots for my own safety, because I love my family and friends and I respect them, and I don't want them, if I can help it, to have to grieve over the loss of my life. So I wear protective gear, especially a helmet, because my noggin is my most important part, believe it or not. I don't just do it for me, I do it for everyone who loves me as well. All two of them. Yeah. I have many friends who ride Harleys, and many of those people who ride Harleys don't wear helmets. They don't wear armored jackets and pants. And some of them wear, you know, very tough boots. That's good. But, you know, they'll wear vests, you know, real flimsy vests and bandanas. That bandana is not going to help you. And I love them. I love all my Harley riding friends, and I respect them. But I cannot abide the lack of safety that they exercise. It's just frightening to me. And I wish, for their sake and for the sake of everyone who loves them, which includes me, they would gear up and just exercise common sense, because it is common sense. And just gear up. And some of them I've even told this to, and it doesn't matter. They don't listen. But, you know, they live their own lives, and they can do what they want. All I can do is make suggestions. I don't think you can, but I wish you could hear that jingling sound. It's so disconcerting. And today, I did remember to bring my garage card. So I don't have to pay today. Thank goodness. Don't have to pay. If I can get it out of my jacket. And I'm going to turn my signal off right now. See, that was a success. One thing I do love is the sound of my exhaust inside this parking garage. It gets me giddy. I do love the sound of my motorcycle inside this parking garage. I know it's very childish. Sometimes I'm childish. we are. Time to start a new day. With coffee. There will be coffee. I'm just going to park in the 420 spot that has no sign. Hey, why don't you subscribe? Think of what you're missing when you don't subscribe to my channel. You're missing this amazing content. And Hulk smash that button. I mean the bell. It is a button, but it's shaped like a bell. Alright, later.
3 hours later.
Shorts. See what I mean? That guy on that motorcycle just ran by. Shorts and a t-shirt. At least he's wearing a helmet. I'll give him that.